going to go ahead and call this commission meeting to order. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. At this time, we're going to open the meeting with an invocation followed by the pledge. The invocation is by Commissioner Tom Reed.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. As we gather here tonight, let us pause for a moment to reflect on our shared purpose. May we be guided by wisdom, fairness, and compassion in our decisions. Let us remember our responsibility to serve the community with integrity and dedication. May our discussions be productive and respectful, and may our actions always reflect our commitment to the betterment of our city. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we are going to start the meeting off with some reports. And I'll start off with, what's that? Well, sure. I think we're all here, but call the roll. No, just kidding.
Meininger?
Here.
Thomas?
Here.
Thompson?
Here.
Reed?
Here.
Penny?
Here.
Sorry.
Thank you. Sorry. Okay, anyway, reports. So let's start off with Vice Mayor Neidinger and Public Safety.
Okay. From Public Safety, Thanksgiving is a time for family, friends, and food. However, it's also a time when the risk of kitchen fires increases. Here are some safety tips, fire safety tips to help you have a safe and happy Thanksgiving. For cooking safety, stay in the kitchen. Never leave cooking food unattended. Keep an eye on what you fry. Most cooking fires start when frying food. Supervise children and pets. Keep them away from the stove. Watch what you're cooking. If you see any smoke or grease starts to boil, turn the burners off. Keep flame retardant, oven mitt, pot holder, or lid nearby to smother any flames. For an oven fire, turn off the heat and keep the door closed. Move things that can burn away from the stove, which includes dish towels, bags, boxes, paper, and curtains. Turn pot handles toward the back of the stove. This is so no one can bump them or pull them over. Make sure that the fryer is on a sturdy surface away from things that can burn. Check your smoke alarms. Make sure to have working smoke alarms close to where anyone may be sleeping. Additional tips, keep matches and utility lighters out of the reach of children. Never leave children alone in a room with a lit candle. And keep the floor clear so you don't trip over kids, toys, pocketbooks, or bags. Make sure your smoke alarms are working. Test them by pushing the test button. And by following these simple tips, you can ensure a safe and happy Thanksgiving for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Gail. All right, we'll go next with Commissioner Ben Thomas and Finance.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the Finance Department report for November 12th, 2024. The Finance Department completed the FEMA exploratory call on Thursday, November 7th. This kickoff call begins the reporting session for the Hurricane Helene and Milton. In attendance was Jim Graham and Marcy Hagner for the city, Thomas Johnson representing the Florida Department of Emergency Management, and the hosting FEMA representative, Sandra Williams and Louis Pineda. The upcoming FEMA Recovery Scope meeting is next Wednesday. We're discussing the current state of debris collection and reviewing damage to the buildings as an infrastructure with Sean Schmiko and Tim Jermack from the Public Works Department. A preliminary financial summary through September 30th of 2024 is as follows. In the general fund, we have a surplus of $1.6110 million. That doesn't make any sense. We have $1,610,000 in our surplus fund. Capital improvement funds, we have a deficit of $6,984.72. I can't read tonight. $6,984,072. The sewer fund has a surplus of $54,407, and the reclaimed water fund has a surplus of $177,471. Just to discuss that deficit in the capital improvement fund, it's because of the capital improvement expenditures that includes the fire station number 20 construction costs of $6,513,520 and a $905,760 debit service for total expenses of $7,419,280. and that's the way it is. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ben. All right, we're going to move on now to Commissioner Linda Thompson in Community Improvement.
Good evening. Most of the month has been spent doing damage assessments. We performed damage assessment and water line assessments after Hurricane Helene, but had to stop to prepare for Hurricane Milton. We then did damage assessment for Hurricane Milton. Once the damage assessments were completed, we began substantial damage estimates. All field work had been completed at this time. We are gathering the data and mailing the substantial damage letters currently. We have had staffing assistance from Altamont Springs, Pompano Beach, and Satellite Beach. Each person spent 7 days assisting with damage assessment. Their assistance helped us to be able to complete the substantial damage estimates quickly and efficiently. We are hopeful that we will get additional assistance in the near future as we complete the substantial damage estimate letters and process permits for repairs to damaged structures. Reminder, all work to repair the structure to its pre-damage condition requires a permit. A substantial damage packet must be submitted with the permit application. And they have been doing a great job over time, too. They've done a really good job.
Thank you, Linda. All right, and we're going to go with Commissioner Tom Reed in Public Works.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. The debris cleanup is well underway. You've seen the debris trucks around town, and the contractor is making their way around the city. They've completed their first pass and are in the process of making their second and final pass. So please do not put debris on top of your water meter or the reclaimed water meter, because that can cause a delay in their service if the meter gets broken. Put all your debris out at the curb before we're finished. Bayview Park, you've probably noticed, is under construction. The sidewalks have been poured, and now they're working on the concrete slab for the pavilion. Also, we're ordering new playground equipment and the fire truck for the kids. They don't get real fire truck as part of the playground. The playground will be for ages 2 to 6, to clarify that, fire truck. Public Works is working on getting our city back to the beautiful place it was before the storm. Please be patient as this takes time. And as you see the Public Works guys out there in their high-vis shirts, you know, they've been working nonstop. The whole city has, for that matter. Give them a honk and a wave and a thumbs up for all the hard work they're doing. We are working with contractors and our insurance company for repairs to the whole downstairs here at City Hall. It's going to remain closed for the next several months as the damage was very severe due to the flooding. And that concludes the report of Public Works, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. As far as administration goes, as the holiday season approaches, the city continues to work towards recovery from Hurricanes Helene and Hurricane Milton. Due to storm debris and damage to the city facilities, it's unfortunate, but we're sad to say that this year's holiday lighted boat parade has been canceled. A festive holiday party will still be held at Barbara Gilbert Habitat on Friday, December 13th. So I ask everyone to please plan to join us for some holiday cheer. Come out with all your neighbors and friends. We need to gather this year. It's been a rough year on everybody, and it's just so much devastation has happened that a little holiday cheer would be good for everyone. There'll be more information coming up. Watch the city's Facebook page and website for details. With the damage sustained to City Hall from the recent storms, Hibiscus Hall, which is our lower level, is not available for classes or events for the foreseeable future. Those needing assistance at City Hall are advised to use the front ramp to enter the building directly into the second floor. Qualifying for the March 11, 2025 election of 2 commissioners began on Friday, November 1st at 12 noon and ends Friday, November 15th at 12 noon. Residents interested in running for commissioner should contact the city clerk's office at 727-347-4171 or via email at cityhall@mysouthpasadena.com. And with the coming holidays, city offices will close at noon on November 27th and will be closed on November 28th and 29th in observance of Thanksgiving. And that's all I have. So we'll move on to our next section of the agenda, and that would be the People's Forum. So at this time, we're going to open the People's Forum. Now, this is the portion of the meeting when the public can speak on anything that is not on the agenda. So is there anyone in attendance that wishes to speak at the People's Forum today?
Vela, 7115 14th Avenue South, South Pasadena, Florida. I was just applied for my permit to fix my house. I'm doing remodeling. I mean, the drywall myself. I ripped it all out, and I'm in the process of, well, not even in the process yet. I'm still in the process of taking it all out. But I was wondering why can't the city of South Pasadena waiver the permit fees for for this work that everybody's having to do. A lot of other cities are doing it, and I think it would be a good way to spend our millage money that we've been accumulating. And also, if on these permits, they're pretty intimidating. And if you're not doing a lot of the mechanical and all the things that are listed, can you just put not applicable on that? Because I'm just going to fix my house to where it was, because this could happen again next year. And I can't see putting a lot of money investing in something that can happen again.
Well, I can tell you that our city is a lot smaller than a lot of the major cities around here. So, and any type of surplus we might have had, you could see is going away with trying to fix things, because FEMA does not give you the money like, here you go. It takes sometimes a year or 2 years before we get paid back for all the money we have to spend to get things taken care of. We are going to discuss this at a future workshop to maybe reduce the fee, eliminating it altogether. I don't know yet. We have to talk to our finance department and see what we can do without hitting rock bottom. And as far as any type of questions you have on permitting, I would just bring that up to the permit office. Just ask them. They'll let you know if you can use not applicable or not, or if you have to fill it in with something.
I did.
But they would be the ones. I mean.
And they're so busy.
Oh, well, yeah. They're nonstop. They got a revolving door there right now. So, yeah.
I'm just going to fill it out the best I can. If it's not applicable, I'm not. That's exactly what I'm putting down.
Yeah, I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but that lady back there, all the way in the back with her hand up, she runs that department, and I bet you could just ask her a quick question before she leaves tonight. She would.
That's why I came here, actually.
Yeah, all right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
There's another lady.
did you want to come up?
This way.
Oh, okay. All right, is there anyone else who would like to speak this evening before we move on?
There's somebody back
Okay,
Yes, if you can come up here, because it's recorded from up here. I need you to start your comments with your name and address, and then when you're finished, if you could fill in this comment card, just so we have record of who spoke. So I just need your name and address. So,
You took the pen.
well, sorry. You can do that. You can speak first, and then fill that in and give it to us when you're done.
I'll do it first. 'Cause I'm out of here. I'm a very tired puppy.
Great. So if you can go ahead and state your name and address at the podium, and you'll have 3 minutes.
My name is Terry Lynch. I live down the street. I've lived within 5 miles of here for 45 years.
Could you give your address, please?
1375 Pasadena Avenue South, lot number 140.
Thank you.
go ahead.
Okay, so what's the delay in letting us know if we can improve our properties and start work?
And I'm assuming that you're at the mobile home park?
Yes.
Is that correct? I know there's information that the community improvement department will need, like I believe it's like the make and model of your mobile home, the year it was built, things like that, those
So
types of
when was that
information.
gonna- They came by immediately and slapped sustainable damage, no, yeah.
Yeah,
So we have to wait for them to come and see our home to remove the stickers.
yeah, you have to go, unfortunately, like everyone else, even with a single-family home, you have to follow the process for the permitting and be able to get your work started again. Again, I would refer you to
So we
the building
We
department.
should go ahead and start looking for permits then?
I mean, you can apply for them.
Issue permits for our park?
You can apply for permits, whether or not you have the correct information or all the information required for them to issue you one is the problem. So it might take a little longer because it's a different situation when it comes with a brick and mortar home to a mobile home. But the process is there, and if you follow the process and the details,
We don't know the process. We don't.
you have to go to the community improvement department and request for a permit, and they will explain everything you need.
Community Improvement Department on the web.
Right? No, it's to the building, an actual building, yes.
It's around the
Yeah,
corner.
no, it's around the corner.
I can give you a piece of paper with the address.
Yeah, she can give you the address and everything.
They can direct us, so
Go
if,
grab one of those.
if we can, if we can go to there and,
And they will help you, yes, with filling out the application and asking you for information you will probably need to complete that application.
all right, so we can move forward.
You can't do anything until you get a permit, and
Okay.
then you have to wait for your substantial, once they do evaluation of your property. So
Who-
that's all a
Who's
process.
gonna do the substantial evaluation of?
That would be our community improvement department.
And when are they gonna do that?
They were working on that now, but they need information from all of the owners over there before they can start that.
Okay, that's helpful.
She has this information right here, it has the location of the community improvement department, they're in a building around the corner.
Okay, very helpful. Okay, there's,
All right?
you've been not so kind, but thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Anyone else that would like to speak? All right. Hearing none, I'm going to close the people's forum. And we're going to move into the agenda comment portion of the meeting. And this is the part of the meeting that the public can speak on anything that is on the agenda this evening. That is not a public hearing. Is there anyone that wishes to speak on an agenda item this evening? Okay. Seeing no one, I will close the agenda comment, and we will move on to the public hearing, which is item number 1. This is ordinance number 2024-09, and I'll ask our city attorney to read the emergency ordinance by title, please. And then the city clerk will speak to the nature of this item.
Thank you. This is ordinance number 2024-09, an emergency ordinance of the City of South Pasadena, Florida, pertaining to Chapter 90, Emergency Management, Section 1, Authority of Incident Commander, subsection A, providing for a waiver of the incident commander's $50,000 emergency expenditure limit, providing for expiration of this emergency ordinance, providing for conflict, providing for severance, providing for an effective date, first and final reading.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, this item is being brought before you all as an emergency ordinance, so it only goes through one reading and goes straight to public hearing with you all. It's being brought before you because our city code includes policies for when a disaster is declared. It gives us policies for how the city can be run. Our fire chief serves the city as the incident commander in this case, and there are stipulations within the city code that direct how we're able to operate in the event of an emergency. One of those stipulations lists a $50,000 emergency expense spending limit. That $50,000 limit was put in place in 1998, and we don't feel that it's applicable to the costs that we see to operate now. So we are asking that limit be temporarily waived. The ordinance before you, the emergency ordinance before you lists a 6-month waiver, and then if at the end of that 6 months, if we take no action, it will resume with the $50,000 limit. Staff will likely come before you all and suggest a more permanent change going forward, because we don't see 50,000 being an appropriate limit at any point going forward. But this is just being brought on a temporary basis because it's an emergency, and we do anticipate having costs above that limit that we need to approve to respond to the storm. So that's what this item is.
Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, another one of those antiquated little policies we've got in there.
Just outdated,
Because nothing has really happened to
You don't know it's there till it's there.
make it jumps out at you.
hasn't been a problem.
Yeah. Tell you.
Yeah.
But,
Is there any upper limit on what can be spent then?
there's not a limit currently. This would just be waiving that. We're kind of looking
Usually
around.
discretion.
Yeah, it's discretionary. All of the emergency purchases are being made sort of in conjunction with the department head team. It's not any one person that is just spending. And so then we're going to be looking into what we feel would be a reasonable option for the permanent change going forward. So it will come back before you all in the future with some options for going forward. We could do a number of things, but for right now, we were just asking to waive it because it does waive our purchasing policies, but then adds the $50,000 limit. So it's kind of, it's not served the purpose that we need for right now. So.
Okay. And we had gone over all this at our workshop, so kind of have an idea what's happening. All right, so at this time, I'm going to open the public hearing for ordinance number 2024-09. Is there anyone that wishes to speak on this ordinance? Okay, seeing none. I will close the public hearing, and I'll entertain a motion to pass and adopt emergency ordinance number 2024-09 on first and final reading.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Is there any discussion among the commission on this? Okay,
It's necessary.
all right. Carly, can you call the vote, please?
Nightinger,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Penny.
Yes. All right, we have no unfinished business. Next item is our consent agenda, and this is the approval of the commission meeting minutes for the month of October 2024, which are on file in the city clerk's office. So entertain a motion and a second to pass the consent agenda.
I'll motion that.
Second it.
Okay. Is there any discussion at all? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Our next item on the agenda is under new business. This is item number 3, and this is ordinance number 2024-06. And I will ask our city attorney to read the ordinance by title, please.
Yes, this is ordinance number 2024-06, an ordinance of the City of South Pasadena, Florida, amending Appendix Chapter A 198 fees for the Code of Ordinances relating to the rates and charges for sewage usage to increase the base minimum monthly sewer rates and sewer flow charge rate by 8%, providing an effective date. First reading.
All right, thank you. Okay, do I have a motion and a second to pass ordinance number 2024-06 on first reading?
So moved.
Any discussion on this item?
Wait. Who was 1 and who was 2?
Let him have it.
1, 2?
Two, yeah.
You get a gold star for that.
Thank you.
That's the way I heard it.
Just making sure.
Okay, is there any discussion on this item?
Good job.
Okay. Seeing no discussion, can you call the vote, please?
Thomas,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Nightinger,
Yes.
Penny.
Yes. All right, we'll move on to item number 4. This is ordinance number 2024-07, and once again, I'll ask our city attorney to read the ordinance by title, please.
This is ordinance number 2024-07, an ordinance of the City of South Pasadena, Florida, amending Appendix Chapter A 198 fees for the Code of Ordinances relating to rates and charges for reclaimed water, to increase the minimum monthly reclaimed water service charge for single-family residential customers to $10.87, and to increase commercial and municipal user service charges to $310.58 per pervious acre, providing an effective date. First reading.
All right, thank you. So do I have a motion and a second to pass ordinance number 2024-07 on first reading?
Motion.
Second.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
It must be the heat.
Guys are racing for second tonight, is that what it is? All right, is there any discussion on this item?
No.
All right, Carly, call the vote, please.
Thompson,
Yes.
Reed,
Yes.
Nightinger,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Penny.
Yes. The last item on the agenda is item number 5, and this is a motion for a rate increase request from Waste Connections. And I'll ask our city attorney to read the motion, please.
This is a motion to approve request by Waste Connections of Florida, Inc. for a 6.8% increase as a pass-through disposal fee increase from Pinellas County and a 2.5% CPI increase effective December 1st, 2024.
Thank you. Do I have a motion and a second to pass this as stated by our attorney?
I'll motion that.
Second.
All right. Is there any discussion?
Okay, thank
Do you know which one? Okay. Is there any discussion on this item?
No. We get cards next time.
The thing I can just bring up is that this increase, when you hear like 6.8%, you think it's kind of huge. It's a 64-cent increase on residential and a $10.77 increase for commercial property. So it's just something that's built in. We do have a limit on how much they can increase this, which we're one of the very few cities that have that with Waste Connections. So Carly, if you can call the vote, please.
Reed,
Yes.
Nidinger,
Yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Thompson,
Yes.
Penny.
Yes. Okay. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and adjourn. Wish everyone a pleasant evening. Thank you.